much talk about the quarterback position in Oakland. Good play in week 1 for McCown. Signed #1 pick Russell on Tuesday, but they may have to go with Culpepper on Sunday. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz at NFL.com's Pat Kirwan with you on the NFL Preview Show, breaking down each and every game. It's the Raiders and their trip to Denver, and they had 75% completion from Josh McCown against the Lions last Sunday, but he's got a bruised index finger, a problem with his right foot. We'll call him questionable as of Thursday. If Dante Culpepper starts, what changes for Lane Kiffin?
Well, I've talked to Lane about this on a number of occasions, talked about his football team and his reaction to the first game, and he's pretty excited about the direction. And the word that we agreed on is the team has been stabilized. That means they look like an NFL football team finally, which they sure didn't in 06. In the quarterback situation, I think this is how it's going to shake out. I think that Josh will be able to throw the ball, but I think they're going to be inclined to start Culpepper since he took all the reps all week. Make Josh the #2 quarterback. But I'll tell you this, if Culpepper struggles or if he was to get hurt, I think by Sunday they'll be very comfortable that Josh can come off the bench and do the job.
Well, let me ask you this, though, because last week they were going against the Lions and he did a good job, 75%, 30 of 40. But now he's going up against Champ Bailey and Dre Bly. Will either quarterback be able to get Jerry Porter or Ronald Curry the ball?
Well, you know, those are two great corners and probably the best tandem in the league right now. So you got to go to other places. You've got to find your third wide receiver. You've got to establish the run. Guaranteed that Lane Kiffin wants to establish the run. They're running the Alex Gibbs zone running scheme. We saw them use the run to come back and score 17 unanswered points. So they're going to come out running the ball. Those receivers become guys that are going to run off people, and you're going to try to hit your tight end and your back. Remember this, Lamont Jordan had 70 yards in receptions last week. That could go up to 100 yards in receptions.
And he and Justin Fargas were also able to run the ball. But again, that was the Lions' defense, not the Broncos' defense. On the other side, you talk about running the football. You know the Broncos are going to run. Travis Henry's coming off what was the second-best rushing performance in week 1. But Jake Cutler also had 300 yards passing. How do you stop that when you got a running back who's running for 140 and a quarterback who's throwing for 300?
Yeah, you know, if you asked that question before last week, you would have said that great Raider defense, they're a terrific defense. That look how high they were in all statistical areas last year. But they were playing with an offense that couldn't do anything, and a lot of opponents went in to play the Raiders and didn't do anything. Now, the Raider defense finds himself in a brand new place. They had the lead, 21-20 in the fourth quarter. A different set of circumstances. The Raiders are going to have to answer the bell if the passing attack by Jay Cutler attacks them. They didn't look last week like they should have looked for a team that was so good in 06.
Let's start the game here. What does Denver do offensively?
I think Denver comes out like they always do. They want to run the football, and they want to get the play-action pass going. The difference between Plummer and Cutler is this. Plummer broke contain, got outside and ran the bootleg. Cutler's going to come off the run fake, and he's going to set up in the pocket, look to throw the football down the field. He and Javon Walker, they're going to work that combination until you show them they can stop it.
Well, let's see what the computer talks about with Javon Walker and that Jay Cutler combination. It's the newest element to our preview. It's called the AccuScore prediction. Computerized element, no human element whatsoever, all mathematical. It throws in 10,000 times. It runs the game and spits out 10,000 results. And in this situation, ignoring the fact that the Broncos have owned the Raiders under Mike Shanahan, because that's a human element, it still says that the Broncos, 75% of the time, win the ball game and by a big margin. Pat, do you agree?
I do agree with this. I think Mike Shanahan takes this week pretty special. Not that he doesn't take every team special, but ever since he was the Raider head coach, I've had a lot of my friends coach at the Denver Broncos, and this is a special week for Mike Shanahan. He gets his team ready to play. They rarely lose to the Raiders. They'll win this one at home.
The Broncos are 19-5 against the Raiders under Mike Shanahan, and that's since he has come from Oakland to Denver. They've also won 7 straight home openers, and they're trying to make it 8 straight, and that's Sunday beginning at 4:15 p.m. Eastern on CBS. And for more on this one or the rest of Week 2, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. We'll see you in Week 3. Take care.